Hello and welcome to Ahead of the Curve, the podcast from AcadiaSoft, where we take time to get under the skin of the margin and collateral industry, to dig deep and to present topical perspectives and insights on this hugely important sector. In this special edition of Ahead of the Curve, we're focusing on one theme: transformation. The margin and collateral industry is constantly evolving. In previous episodes, we've covered issues from the switch from IBOR to risk-free rates, the drive towards data standardization, and the impact of COVID-19 on the markets. But for this podcast, we're focusing on upcoming change at AcadiaSoft itself. It's an exciting story, and we'll get into the details shortly. But before that, I want to introduce my guest, Chris Walsh, Chief Executive at AcadiaSoft. Chris, it's great to have you on the show.
Thank you, John. It's great to be here. There's so much happening across our business, the industry, and AcadiaSoft. We're really fortunate just to be in the middle of it right now. I think prior podcasts that you've done, they've been spot on. They're going to be tough to follow, but I'm looking forward to today. I'm excited to talk about what's new at AcadiaSoft and share some insights that I hope our listeners here find valuable.
Well, thank you, Chris. And we've got a lot to talk about in this edition. So let's get straight in and start with the latest AcadiaSoft news and a deal that, well, is going to bring about some exciting changes. What's happening, Chris?
I kind of feel like I have to have a drum roll here, John, to get it going, right? But as you may have heard, AcadiaSoft has just acquired Quaternion Risk Management, which I'll refer to as QRM for short. QRM is a risk analytics solution provider that brings highly advanced risk services and expertise to their clients. They're based in Dublin, which happens to be one of my favorite places in the world. QRM has a great product, absolutely brilliant team, and we worked with them for a number of years now. And during this period of time, it's been such an excellent organizational fit between AcadiaSoft and QRM. Some of our biggest clients leverage QRM to support them in the development, implementation, validation of a wide range of valuation and risk systems and services. They also use QRM to support the regulatory approval process and review of these services within their firms. To say I'm excited about this opportunity would be a big-time understatement. Ecstatic is probably a better way to describe how I feel.
Well, it sounds fantastic, and hopefully an opportunity when time permits and when the conditions permit for more trips to Dublin. I certainly agree with you on your view of the city there. But what's driving this deal, Chris? Why does the acquisition of QRM make sense?
The biggest driver of the deal is our clients. They're in a position where they need to transform, and to do this, we need to transform. And we believe this deal provides the capabilities required for us to do this. You know, the uncleared margin rules have had a major impact on the market. The most significant has been the need for our clients to post regulatory initial margin between them and their OTC counterparties. And this has forced our clients to do a number of things that they've never had to do before. And those things, in some cases, what they've had to do is build new quantitative risk functions within their firms. In some cases, they've had to better integrate the quantitative risk functions with operational functions such as collateral and margin across their firms. All very transformational steps within their operation. And we've been able to be a very important part of this for them. And we have been up until now a very important part of it. But this deal provides us with the capabilities to provide exactly what we feel, exactly what our clients will need over the coming decade. You know, unfortunately for us, this is not something we just realized with the uncleared margin rules and are responding to right now. We've been working with QRM for the past 2 years. We've developed a great suite of services together that are used by over 40 of our clients today. And these are very key services that help them satisfy these rules and enable them to transform either by augmenting their existing processes with new capabilities that we can provide, or by helping leverage them bring together the risk, collateral, and operational functions necessary for these go-forward solutions.
So what does this mean, Chris, for the industry overall? As you've said, AcadiaSoft and Quaternion Risk Management already partner in a number of areas. What should clients be expecting now?
risk has been implemented across the industry in a really difficult way over time. Okay, there's so many silos, some reconciled, some not, batches waiting on batches in order to handle the operational process and perform the responsibilities within firms. Now, that has been, to say the least, a very inefficient process that's been built up over time within the industry. Now, we feel that within our specific area, the collateral operational area, we've been able to make very big steps forward, and we've helped automate, standardize that part of the process. However, what we see, that the industry has long wanted a more integrated, event-driven, front-to-back process for managing risk from start to finish. And they're also looking for an infrastructure that prevents the disputes that they see today by leveraging more shared information between parties. We see the key to both of these ambitions is merging risk analytics and calculation directly with the industry standard process of mitigating trades, which is the margin process that we currently serve. This partnership in itself will enable this platform. We'll be able to capture trades, calculate risk using SIM, SACR, FRTB standards, manage margin, collateral reconciliation, settlements reporting, optimize across the full balance sheet, fully digital, fully automated on a single platform. The calculations and data driving the process that include what we believe will be the industry's most complete central valuation of OTC trades provide not only what's required to solve client-specific calculations, it can also be used as a golden source calculation between parties, removing vulnerabilities to dispute. If all parties are actually using the same information and using industry standard calculations, the differences that plague today's market will go away. And we believe the industry can achieve many of these benefits they see in really start looking at some of the benefits that they see in the cleared processing world. But seeing those benefits in the OTC world where such a wide range of trades require additional support.
Okay, Chris, but any important acquisition brings with it the cultures of the two separate businesses involved, in this case, AcadiaSoft and Quaternion. How do you see the combined culture of the new business evolving?
John, the fit between our businesses is truly unique. On one hand, there are similarities that have brought us together. We're both focused on the risk mitigation lifecycle. Quaternion focuses on quantitative risk, AcadiaSoft mitigating it with operational and technology infrastructure. We're both very industry focused. We both embrace open standards, open source. We're about pulling people together to solve industry-wide problems. We also have very similar agile work processes, which are based on teamwork and openness. On the other hand, we are very different from a functional perspective. We're both focused on risk. They're the risk quants and we're the risk plumbers, for lack of a better word. So we understand, with that, we understand one another's value. We understand one another's role in the process. When we start bringing the company together, it's not about who's going to do what. That's very clear. It's not about creating any sort of internal conflict or compromise, because there's very clear, distinctive lines between these services. What our real challenge is how do we take advantage of it? How do we get people speaking the same type of language so we can be effective for our clients? And what we've learned over the past couple of years is it's been something that's come together in a real special way. And we think that this is going to be not just valuable to us as a company. I think what we're going to do is really set a new standard of how we can establish a language, make it much more of a common focus around managing risk across the industry by bringing together these different perspectives in a way that is spoken to and is understood across the board.
And looking ahead, Chris, into 2021, looking into the rest of this year, what's in store for the combined AcadiaSoft and Quaternion? What can the industry expect?
2021 is going to be a big year for AcadiaSoft, for Quaternion, for the industry. Not only do we have over 100 clients that we're going to be implementing together on the AcadiaSoft Risk Services, we're going to be releasing some new capabilities to the industry that are really going to help them not just navigate the unclear margin rules, achieve some of the transformational objectives we talked about before. First half of the year, back testing, dynamic back testing will be provided out to the market. In addition to that, we will be implementing and further implementing the solutions that support the UMR migration in September. In the latter part of the year, what we'll be bringing out to the market are very unique balance sheet optimization capabilities. Those will be offered through partnerships and directly to clients as it makes sense. Combination of these two will really put the industry in a very strong position at the end of the year, not just to manage risk, but to do it in a very optimized way, in a way that satisfies all of their regulatory requirements.
Chris, Quaternion Risk Management's CEO, Donald Gallagher, has been a guest on this show before. He's talked to us about the work of QRM and its relationship with AcadiaSoft. He's widely known and widely respected in the industry. What will Donald's future role be now?
Yeah, Quaternion was founded and run by Donald and also his partner, Roland Lichters, two of the most incredible risk professionals I've ever met. And Donald's going to continue as the CEO of QRM, and as QRM as a division of AcadiaSoft, while taking on additional responsibilities across the full AcadiaSoft risk suite. Roland is going to continue to focus on creating, expanding the risk platform while managing its operations across the client base. I feel honored and welcome both Donald and Roland to the executive team, which I see as a dream team tailored to meet the objectives the industry has set out for AcadiaSoft, and sets us up just to do so much more for our clients.
Now, finally, Chris, our theme, as I said at the beginning of the podcast, is one on transformation. Ultimately, what does this deal mean for the new AcadiaSoft? What kind of business do you want to see AcadiaSoft becoming in the future?
AcadiaSoft has really been developed into to have a really strong position in the business today. We're really the central point where firms are coming together to manage risk. What this deal is going to provide us with is our ability to expand on that position to cover the full risk mitigation cycle from start to finish. When we do that, we'll be in a position to transform global derivatives markets by offering technology solutions to financial institutions that mitigate financial risk and optimize resources across the entire cycle. We now have everything we need to succeed on the path, and John, I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, unfortunately, we're out of time. Chris Walsh, Chief Executive at AcadiaSoft, thank you for joining us and for sharing this update on the business. And thank you for listening to Ahead of the Curve. We'd like to know what you think, so please do get in touch and share your thoughts. And you can find out more about AcadiaSoft by going to www.acadiasoft.com.